Hey guys, it's Audrey and today I'm here with Robin and we're gonna be doing a Eurotrip planning video because Robin's actually organized and I'm not. So I decided to get Robin to help me film this. We have a bunch of stuff written down on this beautiful piece of paper and we're going to basically go through all the steps that we went through when planning our Euro trip. We leave in exactly 35 days. Robin kind of joined like later, so basically we started planning our Euro trip probably like
2 years ago.
2 years ago is when we first started talking about it. Back then we were only 3. The original 3 people, it was me, Anne, and Sophia. But when Robin joined, we had already kind of figured out where we wanted to go. Just started off by listing like tons of city names. I can put up the list. I think I still have that Google Doc somewhere. The list was the first list we made was the craziest thing on the planet. We shortened it down probably like half of what we originally had.
So I think in total right now we're visiting 5, 7, like 10 cities, around 10. And it's like
still a lot of we're still covering a lot of ground. It's just more realistic than what we had before, and we can actually stay there for like 2 or 3 days. So we're starting off in Amsterdam, and then we're taking a cheap flight to London.
And we go around the coast to the south.
We go to Brighton, and then we go to Bath, and then we go back to London. And then from London we fly to Frankfurt. And then we go from Frankfurt to Munich. And then from Munich we go to Venice. And then from Venice we go to Manarola. And then from Manarola we go to Sestri Levante. Our last stop is Milan.
And we take a flight back to here, and we never see each other again.
Yeah,
we go to college.
Yeah, so that's basically all the places we decided to go to. The reason why we chose those specific cities, I don't know.
I feel like the biggest thing that before I even joined, like the way that you guys are deciding cities, and I thought it was funny, you guys would just like go through your giant list of towns and just like type them in Google image and then look at the images and see if you want to go there.
Look at the pictures and be like, ooh, that looks nice, let's go. It's literally like that we did it.
And that's how, so we go to the beautiful cities of Google image.
Yep.
And where you're going really depends on the budget that you have to set up with like your group, though. You want to try to find like, oh, how much money you want to spend on everything. And that's really gonna like affect which cities you're gonna go to.
But I think it's really funny to see the progression from like our first Euro trip map to the final one. Number dos is who's going? The crew, the Euro trip crew. It's very important to have a group of people who can work together and where everyone you know for sure will like pitch in and help.
You're spending like 3 weeks or 2 weeks or 4 weeks
3
or
weeks
whatever
is a
with
long time to spend with a group of people.
So you're spending
in a confined environment, and also like the amount of people going.
Yeah.
Because
okay, so what happened with us?
I feel like I'm going into like dangerous waters.
So what happened with us is that it got to an awkward number of people. Because when you think about it, the best number of people to travel with is 4. Because 4 people can fit in a cab. 4 people can fit like on a train together. So we just decided to go with 5 to, you know, just
just
you know,
set it off.
Why not? Why not? I guess a little tip too is like with that same group, go out. So spend a couple days with them, and then like I feel like that's how you're gonna know like if that's a good group or not. I guess that after you got really your where in your group, you can figure out like when everyone is free, and you can figure out the timing of your Euro trip, and that's when I think you can create your itinerary. If you live in the US, the best time to go on a Euro trip is probably June, because that's when all the European kids are still in school, so everything is cheaper. But if you are living in Europe, or you have people that live in Europe, then definitely like do it July. You don't want them to miss their exams.
Okay, number 3, sleeping accommodations. Make sure you start booking where you're gonna be staying like far in advance, because that's when you'll get the best deals. We booked ours like how far in advance?
7 months.
7 months in advance, and we did get some really like pretty good deals. But there were still some cities, like I think it was Brighton, that sold out, like was basically all sold out before we even started booking 7 months ago. Like when we were researching where to stay, we found that there's a pretty big difference between like Airbnbs and hostels. Good websites like Hostel World. Good. Obviously Airbnb.
Airbnb.com.
Their website.
Website down here. Please sponsor us and pay for a Euro trip. Disappeared.
Well, by differences between Airbnb and hostel.
So basically, if you're in a big group, the
Better
way to
take
go.
an Airbnb.
Yeah, because then you can just split the cost among everyone, and it's way cheaper. And also, if you're in an Airbnb, what you can do is you can buy groceries and cook at the Airbnb. So most Airbnbs provide like towels and sheets and everything. You have to bring any of that stuff, which saves a lot of space in your bag.
And you get like a more private area, and it's good for keeping like your belongings when you leave during the day.
With hostels, if you're in a small group, then it's better because it's per person.
I was really surprised how like it was basically the same price and even cheaper for Airbnbs, like your own place.
But with hostels, sometimes you do get breakfast and you do get like other things like they might have like a TV or a foosball table. But I think the big thing that sets apart hostels from Airbnbs is the people you meet, because you do interact with a lot of people in hostels, and you get
saying
to,
this even though we've never been in a hostel before.
I don't know.
We're just assuming
my
here.
siblings have, that counts.
Transport. This is the one I kind of stood back on because it just really confused me. But there are a bunch of like different passes and stuff you can get. We decided, I love how our original plan was to take like a little minivan and drive around Europe. That was the plan number one. And
there are these things called Interrail and Eurail passes. So if you're a European citizen, you can buy an Interrail pass, and if you're not a European,
if you're not a European, I'm like literally, no, me and Charlotte are the only ones, but she's not even getting a Eurail pass. They're basically more expensive if you're not European. So just make sure it's worth it. The UK is not included
in the Eurail pass.
In the Euro pass.
But it is in the Interrail pass.
So you're gonna have to buy those tickets individually.
Okay, and also like cheap flights. Like you want to get cheap flights, but you also want to make sure that there's no like hidden fee.
Yeah, because like you might see this flight and be like, oh, that's so cheap, but then it's like $50 for a bag.
Yeah, baggages and stuff.
So that's how they get you.
What you want to do is if you're taking like
$50 for a seatbelt.
What you might want to do is do like a multi-city plan. We're doing that when we're going from so we're taking a flight from Amsterdam to Heathrow, and in that same reservation we're taking a flight from
Heathrow to Frankfurt.
And so basically that reduces the cost. We want to try like different stuff like that and see if the total cost goes down.
Make a spreadsheet. You print it out and put it in a folder too. You don't need to do this.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
Okay, so this is our spreadsheet.
You don't need to. Don't do it.
So all the colors are different countries.
See, there should be a limit between like organized and then like way too organized.
Whoa,
and
I'm perfectly organized.
I think you went a tiny bit over the line. Phone, travel, insurance, visa stuff.
So these are like the little stuff that you
just
really want. Like they're important stuff. So basically the first one is phone. So if you have a phone that works everywhere in Europe, perfect. But most of us don't, because most of us don't have that. Like you can look with your provider. There might be some plans. For example, with AT&T, there's like a passport that you can do, and you buy it, and then you can use your phone all around Europe. There's a bunch of SIM cards. You can buy prepaid SIM cards that work internationally. Then try to do all those things because you might want to call for like taxis and stuff. You might want to call Airbnb people.
So in general, for emergencies, it's good to have a phone that works.
If you die or something, you might want like some travel insurance. Or like, okay, most commonly, like if you miss a flight, if you lose a baggage, if someone gets hurt, travel insurance covers all that. And
double check if you need a visa.
Yeah, or
I'm pretty sure Americans do.
Yeah.
But I'm also Canadian, and everyone loves Canadians, so I don't need a backup.
Canadians are so peaceful, they're never gonna do anything. Food, you need it to survive, eat it.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
No, that's not it. One of the biggest costs, eating, basically, we didn't want to do like restaurants every day. That was one of the big things. So what we're probably going to be doing is like getting groceries every once in a while, and like carrying food with us when we can to basically reduce food costs.
And that's basically one of the big things for Airbnbs. You have access to a kitchen.
Yeah. And it's a lot cheaper than going out to a restaurant, especially when you split like groceries between five people. Obviously, we probably will go to restaurants like every once in a while.
Eat some Italian pizza.
In Italy, obviously, you have to have pizza or
every day,
pasta.
Of course.
But I feel like we're reserving like tons of our budget of food for Italy. And then the last thing we have on here is what to pack.
So you want all the official stuff that you need, of course, like
there's some
passport, visa, cash, you want cash for that country, because you know
all
you
the
can't.
countries you're going to.
Make sure that you get pounds for the UK and not euros, because they're spatial. Currency for emergencies, debit card, and make sure you contact your debit card people to let them know that you're gonna be out of town or in Europe, because then they might.
Town. I'm going on a little excursion. Forget your train tickets or your wait, I can show you.
Okay.
Just got this, and I also have a little tag. What do we do with this actually?
You put it on your wrist. Did you already close it?
No, you can open it.
Can you? Dude, I think you broke it.
I didn't know.
How are you gonna put it on? Your wrist isn't this small.
I'll put it on my pinky. Oh, don't do that like I did.
Yeah. Packing list. You want to make sure you wear clothes, because those are socially acceptable in most places.
That's kind of important. It also like depends on where you're going, what type of clothes you bring. We're not gonna go into that much detail because obviously
this video is probably already 100 minutes long. Bring an RFID pouch, so these things you can carry it on you.
It basically looks like a flat fanny pack. It's like a flat
and you can basically carry it on you, and it protects from RFID attacks.
Under your clothes normally.
Already stuff that we know we should have done differently, and I'm pretty sure by the end there's a lot more stuff that we're gonna think we could have done differently.
We should have had a final group before we started the deciding where we wanted to go process. No, at the end of Eurotrip, Robin, we'll film a video reflecting. You can also say what we would do
differently.
So,
yes.
Watch out for that. I'm gonna have a Eurotrip series on the channel. I won't be posting while we're there because I'm not bringing my computer, so when we come back I'll post them. That was a pretty detailed, I feel like that could actually, have you watched a video like this, would it have helped you?
Probably, yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and click that subscribe button. It's been a freaking year and I still don't know which way.
I think it's down here.
I think it's this way.
Okay,
no, it's
so
this
if I'm right, you can like the video. If Audrey's right, dislike the video.
Comment down below if you're excited for...
Oh, no, I have a good one. Comment down below if there's a city you've never been to that you want to go to.
Oh yeah. Which city are you most excited for?
Manarola.
Same. But I'm also excited for Bath. And Brighton. I'm excited for everywhere.
Expensive. Bye.
Maybe now it just doesn't matter. Maybe now, yeah, maybe now.